In many relationships, there's often conflict when deciding on a movie to watch together. Where one might seek blood, guts, and gore, the other craves drama, love, or comedy. Often having to concede to a significant other's movie choice has sometimes created incompatibility issues and even arguments within a relationship. Although not often released, there have been a number of movies created that bridge the gap between horror fans and non-horror fans that find common ground to deliver equally entertaining movies. This is the Top 10 Date Night Movies. For this list, I'll be looking at the alternate movies that are universally entertaining, which are equal parts horror and any other non-related genre. So grab your loved one and let's begin. Number 10. One of the most original movies of recent memory, The Cabin in the Woods is the story of 5 cliché teens who spend a weekend at an abandoned cabin. Unbeknownst to them, the cabin plays home to a secret agency's ulterior motive. Adorned with a plethora of monster-summoning devices, the teens unwittingly begin a chain of events that leads to the release of dozens of captive iconic creatures. The beauty of the movie comes from Joss Whedon's exceptional writing. The plot device used to unite so many unique antagonists into a single picture makes for an outstanding Easter egg hunt for any horror fan. Blended with great teen comedy and stylish direction, The Cabin in the Woods is a unique and universally accessible picture. Number 9. This backdoor take on the alien invasion movie follows Casey, a freshman student who discovers that the faculty are not who they appear to be. Finding a bizarre, unassuming animal on the football field, the creature turns out to be a symbiotic life form with the ability to control its host. Upon possessing the titular faculty, Casey bands with a motley crew of students in hopes of preventing the impending alien invasion. The movie is a blend of Invasion of the Body Snatchers and John Hughes' The Breakfast Club. And although cliched, what makes the picture stand out is the exceptional writing and colorful characters. Coupled with stylish direction and some great suspense, The Faculty is sadly an often overlooked teen horror classic. Number 8. This dark Wiccan thriller follows 4 Catholic high school friends. Unhappy with their lives, they turn to dark magic in hopes of bettering themselves. As their skepticism turns into belief, the girls absolve their personal issues. Venturing deeper into the dark arts, they begin to abuse their newfound powers. Serving as a commentary on the abuse of power, Alpha Witch Nancy becomes intoxicated with her new gifts. Driven by a warped sense of injustice, she becomes a vigilant judge, jury, and executioner to all those who offend her. Although lacking the humor of its contemporaries, the craft delivers a strong story and a show-stealing performance from Fairuza Balk, with enough magic and sex appeal to please any light horror fan. Number 7. Starring Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson, this road movie covers the journey of Columbus and Tallahassee as they travel America following a zombie apocalypse. Meeting 2 sisters along the way, the 4 continue their journey to find safe haven. On the surface, Zombieland verges on being a generic comedy, but looking deeper reveals a heartfelt and charming tale of survival and friendship. Earning universal praise from critics and cinemagoers, the movie became the second most successful zombie movie of the 2000s behind the remake of Dawn of the Dead. With a show-stealing cameo from Bill Murray, Zombieland remains one of the most popular horror comedies of all time. Number 6. Directed by the master of horror Wes Craven, Scream follows a group of high school teens who are preyed upon by a mysterious ghost-faced killer. Mostly following the character Sydney, who unbeknown to her is the focus of the murders, as her circle of friends are being slaughtered one by one. What makes the movie stand out among its peers is the self-aware approach to the story. Both mocking and praising classic slasher movie tropes, the movie would kickstart a surge in teen slashers in the 90s, but none managed to capture the values of Scream. Considered by many to be the picture that killed the slasher movie, Scream is still regarded as one of the greatest in the genre. Number 5. The movie that revitalized vampire lore. The original 1985 Fright Night follows Charlie, a horror fanatic who believes his new neighbor to be a vampire. Enlisting the help of Peter Vincent, a skeptic washed-up horror actor, Charlie must convince Peter into believing that vampires are real and pose a genuine threat. Featuring standout practical effects and a standout synth pop track, Charlie strives to make people believe and ultimately save his best friend and girlfriend from his vampire neighbor. The movie was complemented with a respectful update in 2011, starring Colin Farrell. Still overshadowed by the original, Fright Night serves as an outstanding example of 80s teen horror. Number 4. The third installment of the Evil Dead franchise sees Ash Williams transported to the 1300s. Traveling dark lands in search of the Necronomicon, a book with the power to return Ash home, he unwittingly unleashes the titular Army of Darkness. This second sequel fully embraces the slapstick dark comedy established in the previous pictures, and would also introduce Sheila, a new love interest for Ash. Upon retrieving the Necronomicon, Sheila is taken by the Dead-Eyed Army. Driven by desire, Ash trains new soldiers and uses his knowledge of the future to wage war and help save his love. As one of the most quotable movies of the 1990s, Army of Darkness is arguably one of the most universally entertaining horror movies ever made. Number 3. Considered by some to be the ultimate teen horror movie, The Lost Boys follows brothers Sam and Michael. Upon moving to Santa Carla, they discover their new hometown is also home to a family of vampires. As they try to adapt to a new society, Sam and Michael band with opposing circles, Michael with the vampires and Sam with the vampire killers. Although becoming social enemies, their brotherhood keeps them together as they team up to take out the titular Lost Boys. Also featuring the now iconic Frog Brothers, the movie would revitalize the vampire genre. Previously seen as monstrous creatures, makeup artist Greg Canham designed prosthetics that allowed the natural attractiveness of the actors not to be hidden. Funny, sexy, and thoroughly entertaining, The Lost Boys is one of the all-time greats. Number 2. Part parody, all praisal, Shaun of the Dead astounded audiences in 2004 with its perfect blend of romance, zombies, and comedy. The rom-com from the UK delivers high in every aspect. Brilliantly written, brilliantly acted, not too much gore, and not too much romance. Following Shaun and Ed as they travel across London to save Shaun's girlfriend and family to take them to a safe haven of a local pub. At first glance, Shaun of the Dead appeared to be nothing more than a zombie parody movie, but both audiences and critics alike found an outstandingly original comedy that fully praises the horror genre. As the first big screen outing for Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and also the feature debut for Edgar Wright, Shaun of the Dead became one of the most beloved horror comedies of all time. Have you seen future top 10s and follow Demented Pictures on Facebook? You can also support the show through Patreon, links in the description below. Number 1. Arguably the greatest horror comedy of the 2010s, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil has already fallen into cult status. The story of two hillbilly rednecks with a dream of fixing an old cabin for summer retreats, located near a lake where a group of teens happens to be camping. Unaccustomed to redneck simplicities, they suspect the hillbillies to be psychopaths. As the movie progresses, the confusion becomes more and more absurd as the teens' fear drives them into total stupidity. Upon meeting Allison, who sees Tucker and Dale for their humble ways, serves as an excellent commentary of not judging a book by its cover. Featuring standout performances from Alan Tudyk and Tyler Labine, fans have been eagerly awaiting a sequel since 2010. Balancing gore, comedy, and romance excellently, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil stands high as an outstanding dark romantic comedy and is the perfect date night movie for any couple. So that was my list. Were there any I missed? Which movies do you love to watch with your significant other? Leave a message below and be sure to check out some of the other top 10s on screen now. And as always, this is Mike from Demented Pictures saying, may your movies be bloody and your scares be shitless.